Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my two senses. And today's topic is about our coping mechanisms. So we're going to start first with the definition of coping mechanisms. A coping mechanism is a habit or things you do when you are dealing with stressful situation. Stressful situation can be caused by various things: your job, your home, your friends. Like we've all been in some stressful situations, so we both know examples of some stressful situations we've been in. So how do we cope when we are in those stressful situations? We have the healthy coping mechanisms and we have unhealthy coping mechanisms. So we're going to start with the unhealthy coping mechanisms and go through them together. And yeah. So number one is avoiding. Avoiding the issue, it's really easy to fall into that because you feel like it's an easier option than dealing with the issue. But when you are dealing with a situation, sooner or later it's gonna resurface back, and hence you could have just solved it in the first place to avoid it resurfacing again. So some of the times when we avoid some things, it just doesn't help at all, because sooner or later the issue is gonna resurface again. The other coping mechanism is sleeping too much. I know some of you are going to come for me for saying these, but yes, sometimes when you sleep too much, it's a coping mechanism. It's like you're trying to avoid. It's like you're trying to avoid to deal with some things. And yes, the body does need a rest, but you also need to exercise. And when you're sleeping a lot, that means probably you're not going out, you're not going to take even a walk or even moving at all. And the body requires that exercise. So, number three is excessive drinking and drug abuse. Let me tell you, this is a slippery slope. Once you start using drugs or alcohol as a means of coping with stressful situations, you are likely to get addicted to them, because stressful situations not not something that we can say we can stay away from. They are bound to happen, they are bound to be there. So it is better to find a healthy way of dealing with things than substance or alcohol abuse. The other on the list is impulse spending. This can start with small, small things and hence leading to financial problems. And we both know having financial problems can lead to even bigger problems, because tell me why I'm having an issue probably with my boyfriend or my spouse, and I think that buying things is going to make it better. Chances are it's not going to make it better. It's only going to make my bank account money less and less, the more I continue to spend and spend to try and make myself feel better about something. It's sort of impulse spending is sort of indulging in your urges. Like, you are in a stressful situations. What do I do? Let me buy stuff, and that will only lead to more and more. That can lead you, if you are over spending or just buying things for the sake of buying them, maybe you don't even need those things, they're going to lead to more financial problems. The other one is overeating or undereating. Anything that you over or underdo the recommended amount of it can cause some of the health issues. So, eating too much, eating too little is going to cause some health issues. I would say that some of the time I have been the kind of person who eats as a way of coping. And it's not, at this time, we're not talking about eating the healthy things, it's the unhealthy things. I feel bad emotionally. What do? Let me order some pizza. Let me order some chicken. Is that making my problem go away? No. But I have eaten unhealthy and I've spent so much money on a meal that is just not healthy at all. So the other one is negative self-talk. You criticize yourself. Like when you are facing this stressful situation, all you're doing is talking bad about yourself, telling yourself, how could I have done this? How could I have like you just criticizing yourself too much, and probably it was not your fault. And even let's say it was even your fault. Who doesn't make mistake? We are all humans. We are bound to make mistakes. So criticizing yourself is not a good way of coping with things. The one is becoming aggressive. There are people who, when you have a small argument on, you don't disagree on anything, they become so aggressive. They want to fight you, they want to pull you, like even their face has changed, they feel like they want to come there and get you. That is not a good coping mechanism, because how many people are you going to fight by the end of the day? So those are some of the unhealthy. And aggressive can go all the way to shouting and yelling, yeah. So those are some of the unhealthy coping mechanisms that various people use. That And various people have shown you, I'm also one of those people. I've given you an example of how I sometimes overeat or undereat when I am going through some stressful situations. But we say that we are all work in progress, so we are learning to be better. So we're going to discuss some of the healthy options, the alternatives that we have from the unhealthy options, so that we can cope better with stressful situations. These healthy options are more positive and long lasting. So, first of all, is facing the problem. You can't keep avoiding the problem and hoping that the problem will go away. And it's not a good coping mechanism, because, as we discussed earlier, is that the problem is going to resurface sooner or later. So, you'd rather face it. You could learn what it is that makes you feel the way you do. You could find solution that can help you overcome the way you feel. Maybe this could be attending a meeting, this could be getting a creative outlet, this could be talking to a person, talking to a trusted friend or a family. you know that is one of the healthy coping mechanisms that we have. The other one we have is participating in a sport or a creative outlet. It doesn't necessarily have to be a sport, it can be something to stimulate and something therapeutic for you. You can, I know it's so easy to get caught up in life with things that we are doing, sorry, get caught up with school or work and all that, that you forget to set aside time for some of these things. And it is important to note that some of the things that are going on in life can really be stressful. Like doing the daily activities every single day can be draining and all that. So it's important to set aside time to do something that is therapeutic and something that stimulates your brain. Just it can be 30 minutes of a day where you just do something, you take a walk probably, or it can be on a weekend where you participate in a sport that makes you feel good. The other one is learning what triggers you. The other one is learning what triggers you. What makes you have those negative response? Like keeping track of how you feel under different situations and being aware of how you react will set you up for a success for next time when you are in such a situation. Number five is seeking professional help. Helping yourself or your loved ones get connected to therapy can really be beneficial way to learn how to cope with stressful situation. The other one can be listening to music. You can create your own playlist where every time when you feel bad, you can listen to it. Something that makes you feel good. Songs that remind you of good times, songs that uplift your soul, songs that give you hope, songs that, uplift your spirit. Another coping mechanism can be laughing or crying. I'm not sure about laughing, but I know of crying. I do practice crying. I'm one of those people who cry under stressful situations. I would say it's healthy because it does not hurt anybody. It does not cause any harm to you or to anybody else. So it's categorized as a healthy way of dealing with things. The other one is practicing deep breathing, meditation, and music relaxation. Just meditate, just quiet everything down and just be there, breathe in, breathe out, that can be a healthy coping mechanism. One thing you need to remember is that stressful situations are going to come and go, and learning how to cope with them is really, really important, because each and every time you face a stressful situation, it really helps you to know where you are as an individual. You see, it really helps to see where you stand. Because if you are the kind of person who gets stressful and is aggressive, shouting at people, you're the kind of person who's avoidant, then and you're the kind of person who's like me, who overindulges in food, then we all need to practice the healthy coping mechanisms that we practice, because stressful situations are going to come and we need to handle them better. And that is all from me, guys. Bye.